Hello, everyone. I am here recording for Instagram, so I'll post that later. Hi, everyone. I am Tanya Martinez, real estate agent. We are here. We're going to do some live prospecting. Before we get really started, just a quick reminder, we do have a 100K guide for any new real estate agent that wants to understand the numbers behind how to create their own business. Let me actually, oh my gosh, let me pause this. I forgot that the sound was on that. Okay, here we go. I feel like every day we have a little bit of a problem, but it's a work in progress. But yeah, if you want to download that guide, it's going to be in the description below. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. I am here. I'm happy to help. We are starting to realize the structure a little bit of what this YouTube video, what this live is every single day. So I wanted to catch y'all up because I know on day one, we started with a completely different schedule. And now I'm realizing how much um, I need to be providing you value with. And there is just not enough value if you're just sitting there watching me text people. So I wanted to go ahead and start with that because I know how important it is, especially as an agent, even a seasoned agent like I was. To be able to really hone their business, hone their craft, and this is all part of it. So let's go ahead and get started with the lesson. So, like I said, we're restructuring. We're going to do about 10 minutes where we have a lesson. Today it's going to be over scripting. And then we're going to do 25 minutes on lead follow up. This could be clients, agents. Y'all know that I'm in the recruiting business. So, we've got a little bit of everything plus lead follow up. So we've got we are inputting clients into our what's it called, into our CRM Lofty. So we've got a few things going on with that. But first, before we get started, um, I wanted to go ahead and show you this because I believe that it's so freaking important. I hope y'all can see this. But essentially, this is what we call at PAC a magic board. This magic board is essentially, let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Oh, no. Okay, so this magic board is essentially what we use to really calculate our goals. This breaks it down in the most simplest way. But again, like we were talking about yesterday, if you don't have a vision, you don't know where you're going. So this helps outline exactly where we want your vision to be at and how you're going to get there. So essentially, if we want 3 listings taken, we're going to write down, the 3 people that we're going to set up appointments with. And this is something like you fill out. It's kind of like a little checkbox for those of you that like filling out lists or checking off boxes. This is a good way for you to keep track of your people, to keep track of everyone that is coming into your circle. So I wanted to share this with y'all. If y'all want the actual PDF, please let me know down in the comments. I'll figure out a way to send it to you, most likely via Instagram. So let's go ahead and get started with the actual lesson that we're doing today. So, as y'all know, like for me, scripts were not a thing that I loved doing. It's definitely one of those things that I have really grown into my business because for the longest time, I did not use a script. And I was missing out so much on pre-qualifying clients, on like asking the right questions, being able to ask for referrals, different things like that. I just sort of thought that clients were going to come to me. And y'all, yes, they were coming to me, but I was not asking the qualifying questions. So I would spend more time than what I needed on clients. I would spend a quite a bit of energy showing them several houses only to find out that their lease ends in like 6 months, so they're not even ready. Like there are so many things that I did early on in my career that I would just like to help you avoid. And this is part of why a script is so important. This is the center of influence script. We talked about it on day 3. This is actually the basis of what um, of what I use to reach out to my clients. And again, y'all, the reason I titled this that, we need scripts, but not in the way that you think, it's because a script can only take you so far. But if you sound like a robot, if you sound like someone who doesn't, like, who's never interacted with another human in their life, it's not going to go well. So, this is something that I have really drilled into my agent's head that they need to create these scripts to fit how they sound. Because I am not going to be a person and say, "Hi, this is a business call." No, I'm not going to say that. But I am going to say, "Hey, how are you? How have you been?" Like all of those little things. And that is where I want my agents to make this more personable, more to fit their style, because it's very, very important. We are in a human to human business. And a lot of people forget that real estate agents don't just walk through pretty houses. Our job is to sell homes. Sell. Because at the end of the day, if we don't get to that closing table, what does it even matter? Like, it doesn't matter. It just means we have a shiny title of real estate agent as opposed to actually being a productive one. So there are so many things about scripts. If you do not have access to scripts, please let me know. There are so many good guides out there. But again, all of this to say, a script only works if you make it your own. Like, you have to still go out there and pre-qualify the clients. You have to know their motivation. You have to know their location, timeline, all of those things. You need to know whether they're renting, whether they own a house, what are they going to do with that house. There are so many qualifying questions of what needs to happen to be able to move a client from just a client to a client that has actually bought and sold with you. And again, like the COI script, I use it a lot because I have, like, I want to say 60% of my business is past clients. So I want to make sure that I'm helping them. And I want to make sure that, I have a piece of paper that is asking them the right questions to be able to really continue that relationship with them. I do it through other ways too. Like, I will message them on Instagram. I will comment on their post. Different things like that. I'll check in and, you know, um ask them how their house is treating them. Simple things like that. But before I really started at Pack, I wasn't really doing anything. One, because I didn't know what to say. It's the honest truth. I just didn't know what to say. And so it was kind of essential for me to really restart, really have um a I guess come to Jesus moment, as we like to say, and redo my business, flip my business on its head, because there is no way that I was in the business for 6 years and I was having like the same business over and over and over again. I don't know how to explain that. So it definitely came out of my comfort zone to start using scripts. I believe that I was one of the agents that didn't need a script. But then I started realizing how many things I was missing. And practice. Oh my gosh, practice is key to anything. Um, like, it's just like in the recruiting business. So I started recruiting agents 2 years ago, and I didn't use a script. And so my first conversations were like, "Hi, please join Pack." It was so freaking awkward. And that's how we all start though. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And just like this little card says, I was looking at it this morning. It says, oof, if I can get it right, great things never come from comfort zones. And it's so true. You have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone to be able to create the business of your dreams, to be able to really step into that version of yourself. Um, I hope this helped y'all. Like I said, there are so many resources that I provide. If y'all want the 100K blueprint, there I offer that. It's in the description. It's completely free. Y'all can download it and it'll give you the exact numbers on how to make your 100K year possible. But Just know that you can outfit that to any number. You know, just 100K is the first goal we have as real estate agents. So, anyways, now it's time to get to the moneymaker, and we've got to start reaching out to clients. Today, I'm going to do a mix of clients and agents. Oh, let me take this off. So, that's what we're going to be doing. But thank you so much for coming in and watching day 5. Like, y'all, I swear this year has been the year of consistency, and just refining things. So the fact that I got to day 5 is kudos to me. So I'm gonna oh my gosh, I can't speak. Congratulate myself. So here we are. We're gonna reach out to a few clients, a few agents. Also, I want to say a really quick thanks to yesterday. I don't know what was in the air, but 3 of you guys recommended me on Facebook. I'm still waiting for that person to reach out, but then another 3 agents recommended me to another agent, and it's just, I feel so grateful because these are the ones I can see. But thank you for everyone that refers me, that sends me business, and I'm so excited for everything that is to come. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put my mic down because we've got to get going, but we're going to reach out to 10 to 15 people today. Our goal is 75 people, and I think we're only at 40, which is fine. Because I'm meeting people throughout the day, but I'm not necessarily counting them. But I am following up with people. Let me go ahead and show the goals. And take this image off. Okay, so 15 new agent contacts, 15 handwritten notes, which next week I will be doing those. They're coming in this afternoon. So we've got the handwritten notes, and I'm thinking that I'm going to go ahead and just plan a item of value with them. I know that's the way to go. 5 social media posts. I've done quite a bit this week, more than 5 for sure. 25 into the CRM, and we currently have 20 people in the CRM, and this also includes, like, updating and making sure that we've got the contacts that we need in our CRM. Setting up 1 buyer consult. Today I am going to actually be doing that. And then from there, 1 listing appointment. No listing appointments this week, but the week has not ended yet. I do have an open house today, so if y'all want to stop by, 520 Verona Way. I know most of my viewers are local right now, but let's go ahead and get started. We're going to follow up with a few people. We're going to make sure that we have a good basis for this week. From there, we are just going to be inputting things into Lofty. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to go back and see the learning lessons, feel free. This next part, I am going to be texting. I am going to be following up with clients and voice narrating what I'm doing. So first things first, we're actually going to talk to an agent first, who got referred to me, and I'm just going to send her a quick message. So let me see. I actually already followed up with 1 client this morning. From there, okay, let me see. Also, y'all, what do you think? I'm thinking about starting a podcast. Let me actually change it to this camera angle. So I'm thinking about starting a podcast. Let me know what we think about that. It might be too much. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. Okay, so let me go back to this post. Okay, so now we've got With this one, it's a little bit of a longer message because I am, what's it called? I'm giving a little bit of background since this is an agent that does not know me. Um, okay, so that was one agent. Hey, I'm following up with a client who wanted to meet up with me, but has not scheduled an appointment. Okay, so that's 3. I actually had reached out to 2 agents today, actually. Right now, like I said, this is to help grow my real estate business and grow my revenue share. I know that the actual lead generation portion of this video is not that exciting, but if you want to go watch the beginning portion of the first 10 minutes, there is a learning lesson. I'm just going to keep reminding everyone so that way you can join in, or if you're not rev sharing, if you are prospecting with me, please let me know. Right now I do have access to see if anyone comments or if anyone has any questions. Please let me know. Like I said, I am here to help in any way that I can. But let's go ahead and see. Oh my gosh, y'all, we've got 6 views. I know I get excited over small views, but it's definitely like one of those things that I really like seeing the growth. And thank you so much for popping in. Okay, so let me see. My calendar. Okay. Yeah, I gotta put everything in my calendar now, because if not, I will forget. Okay. So I'm gonna reach out to another client to see what we could do to help her be able to get into that house that she likes. So I am texting my DR Horton representative. She's amazing. Let me see. Invite. So my DR Horton rep just texted me a good deal for one of my clients. Hopefully we can make it work for them. I'm excited for it. If we can, it'll be exciting. I don't know why this camera like zooms in and out. So sorry about that. Um okay. So now I've done that. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking through my notebook to make sure that I didn't miss anyone. Not the most effective way to prospect, but it is the way that has been working for me, which is fine. Oh, I gotta follow up with this other agent. Okay, so now I'm following up with two other agents. Um, Okay, so now we've got a few more things to do. Obviously, we got to talk to more clients because I've only talked to 2 so far. So now we're going to look for people. Yesterday I had a really good reach on my stories. So I'm going to go back and look through them to see who is watching. Oh, actually, I am going to follow up with a client. Um, So I'm giving this client an interest rate update because they're not going to be buying a house until the end of the year. So I want to make sure that they are constantly notified because, again, it's so easy to lose clients, especially with the day to day. There being so many realtors in the industry. And, we want to make sure that we're providing that customer service and we're following up unprompted, that we are just following up to give information. I don't know why the camera keeps like moving in and out. I don't know if I'm making like a hand movement. We'll have to figure it out later. Like I said, work in progress. But yeah, so definitely part of the things that we need to be doing is consistently following up. Like if a client doesn't qualify today, that doesn't mean they're not going to qualify in 6 months, in a year. So we want to make sure that we keep up with our clients to be able to really help them the best to our ability. Because an agent that does not follow up, that just expects clients to come back to them, is going to lose out to a client that is providing exceptional customer service, that is following up, that's giving them information. We want to make sure that we are being that agent. And so it starts with little things like this. Okay, so we are working towards um Okay, so we have followed up with 4 clients. We have followed up with 3 agents. Actually, no, more than 3 agents because that's one, two, three, four, 4 agents. Okay. Now we're going to again look through our Instagram stories, make sure that we are hitting everyone that needs help. Again, like I said yesterday, um, one of my stories ended up being watched by more people. So Instagram is sharing my content a little bit more, and you know that's how it goes. We share more, and people start watching. Especially when you're unhinged like me, I am on stories. Sometimes I find it so funny. Myra, oh, I don't know this girl. Because it's the first time of me introducing myself. I'm not just it's very important that people know that you people do get turned off by you just cold DMing them and asking them for a sale. There has to be some sort of interaction. And so I'm just gonna thank them for watching my stories, and if they need anything, to let me know. But again, we don't want to be like that network marketer, which I feel like happened a lot a few years ago, where we would just like pop in and ask them to buy. That is not what we are here for. Um, okay, message sent. Sometimes you also just have to send out the messages, even if you don't know them, even if you're embarrassed. Like you have to get over being uncomfortable. Okay, so let's go over to Facebook. Hmm. Okay. So I reached out to another agent that watched my stories. Okay, so I followed up with another potential client. Again, it is better if they actually do raise their hand, but if you are having trouble getting people to raise up their hand, we just got to go out there and look for them. We got to be shameless. We've got to go do it. This is part of the job. Sometimes you don't know what people may have questions that they don't necessarily feel comfortable asking. So that's why I go out here and actually ask people, talk to people, and even if they don't raise their hand, but they're actually like actively watching my content, that is when I will also send them a message like a quick thank you. Hey, thanks for watching my story. Let me know if you need anything, or something like that, something along the lines, because we want to make sure that we are keeping up with people. Plus, if you DM people and Facebook or Instagram sees that you have an open chat with them, that person is more likely to see your stories, and vice versa. You are more likely to see their content, which is really, really important in this business as far as like keeping track of people. I you know, that's one of the things that I try to do a lot is like go into Facebook and actually look at the friends tab as opposed to like the one where it's just giving me random news articles. So I do try to make sure to look at all of that stuff. It is very, very important when it comes to actually growing your business. So if y'all have any questions, please let me know. Like I said, put them in the chat. I am monitoring the chat, and there is still a lot to learn, a lot to do. It's a work in progress, but I'm just so excited to be here. So I'm going to keep going with this. I feel kind of weird putting my elbows on my desk, but I want to what's it called? I want to make sure y'all see that I am actually messaging, not just like looking down. Okay, so let's see, what are we doing? Okay, so I followed up with 3 people. Do y'all ever just get so many spam calls? I feel like I get so many every single day. Hmm. Okay, so I am done reaching out with people for today. I'm going to be inputting people on my Lofty, but I'm going to have to do that later today because I do have another appointment I need to rush to. But yeah, let me know what questions you have. I'm happy to help in any way. Like I said, if y'all need the scripts, let me know. I'll figure out a way to send them. But there are so much help in this industry. We just have to be, we just have to know where to look for it. So again, if y'all want to go back to the first 10 minutes, give or take, I've got my lesson in there about the scripts, about things that you need, that you should know in your business. And if you have any other questions, please let me know. Put them down in the comments, and I'm here, y'all. And I will see y'all on Monday, as I don't typically role play on Saturdays. But if y'all have any questions, if you have anything, any insights that you think I should add to the series, please let me know. I'm here to take any suggestions. I am working on adding music, and a few of my agents from my mentorship have also asked if they can like be live with me. So I am taking time to figure that out on Sunday, and we'll just go from there. But hope y'all have a beautiful weekend, and we'll talk soon. Thanks everyone. Bye.